Elomba TV presents tonight's topic as 2023, should Nigeria zone the presidency to the southeast? Our guests tonight are Mr. Alwan Hassan. Alwan is a politician, public policy professional, and social commentator. He's also the CEO of Greycube Dynamics and Hazard Integrated Services. Then we have Dr. Mefor, the Vice Chairman and Director, Public Affairs Project Nigeria President of the Southeast Extraction.
Thank you. I must say that, Nigerian President of Igbo Extraction has become a project for some of us, and that is the name we have taken. Under the auspices of Igbo Leadership Development Foundation. That's the organization powering Project Nigeria President of Southeast Extraction, Project NIPSEE. And what we are trying to do is to draw the attention of the Nigerians to an issue that has to take the front burner now. One philosopher, Victor Hugo, said that, look, you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. The president of Nigeria of Igbo extraction is now most auspicious. This is the best time for it. There can't be a better time to have a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction than now, as a matter of fact. You see, the issue is simple. If we have to base our conversation tonight on the current democratic dispensation, which started in 1999, you can see that power has been rotating between North and South Nigeria. And power has come to Southern Nigeria twice. And when it did, Southwest has had a shot at it through His Excellency General Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo. He was there for 8 whole years. As we speak, they are taking, some fair share of the presidency by supplying the Vice President of Nigeria in the person of Professor Yemi Osibajo. And he's pushing 8 years also. And of course, the south-south of the Southern Divide has also had a fair share. Do not forget that His Excellency Dr. Ebere Goodluck Jonathan had a shot at the presidency. He was there for 5 to 6 years. He was vice president to the late Umaru Yar'Adua, and when Yar'Adua died in office, he expanded the residue of his tenure and went on ahead to run for full-term presidency. That means Southwest, South-South have had a shot at the presidency in the current democratic dispensation. The Southeast has not. That is one fundamental argument. You see, in Igbo land, there is this adage. We say that, look, what you can tell a blind man is that there is no oil in the soup. You can't tell the blind man that there is no salt because he doesn't need his eyes to see, doesn't need the eyes to really feel that. You cannot also tell the blind man that the 2 pieces of meat you have in the soup, you take one, it doesn't need to see much to know that the other one is his. The point I'm trying to make is that, look, the presidency has to move south. If it moves south, it is moving southeast. It's valid. It is a matter of right. It is a matter of honor. It's a matter of justice, equity. We know that Nigerians would say, look, this is democracy. Go, contest election, and if you win the votes. Let me tell you why we are insisting on rotation of presidential power. Apart from rotation principle being the preponderance since the return of the country to the current democratic dispensation, there is also a very fundamental reason why rotation has become inevitable. Number one is that the country is constructed along many fault lines, but more importantly, a lot of imbalances. These imbalances we have in the Nigerian structural arrangement have not allowed the country to really move. And that was what made the policymakers, some past leaders of the country, to bring in the issue of federal character. That is very fundamental. Federal character applies to all federal offices. And because the office of the president is, indivisible, the only way you can apply federal character principle to it is by rotating it. That's a fact. Point number two, there is also a very fundamental reason why rotation of presidential power is now inevitable. You see, in 1953, we had the first major constitutional conference. Of course, we had one in 1946 that culminated in what you call the Richards Constitution of 1946, but the real major conference of Nigeria to negotiate the nation's independence started in 1953. At that conference, northern Nigeria wanted to leave the Union because they felt that the way the country was wouldn't allow a fair chance, a fair play. It would not give them a level playing ground. The southern part of the country had more qualified manpower, more educated people, not more population, so to speak. But something was done. People like Nnamdi Azikiwe had to go to the north and negotiate with the Premier of Northern Nigeria, His Excellency Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sardauna of Sokoto, and prevailed on him and the other leaders of Northern People's Congress on why they needed to remain in the Union. When Zik did that, they accepted the plea and agreed to remain in the Union and gave a condition that the House of Representatives that will be formed, that at least 50% of the seats. The thing out here is that the Southeast, started from Zik to date, have made serious sacrifices to keep the country one. And there is no reason to keep the Southeast out of the power equation. There's no need for it. Apart from the sacrifice of Zik in persuading Sardauna and the North to remain in the Union, Zik had the opportunity of becoming the nation's first prime minister. Why do I say so? The NCNC, the NCNC won the highest number of votes cast, even though NPC won more seats. If Zik had joined forces with Action Group of Obafemi Awolowo, certainly they had clear majority to form a government. Zik instead agreed to allow NCNC and NPC to form a coalition government in which he took a lesser office. Zik left the office of the prime minister, which ordinarily he could have taken as the one that led the independence struggle of Nigeria, and became the ceremonial president of the country. Now, let us come to the current democratic dispensation. In 1999, Nigerians may not know this. In 1999, three emergence of
You are giving us your presentation. We are two people in this discussion, and we thank God that Mr. Alwan Hassan has now joined us. Mr. Hassan, if you will kindly unmute yourself, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Sorry, I had a little challenge with my internet.
Yeah, welcome, Alwan. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Dr. Law.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
Can I go on?
Yes, go on. Go on.
Okay. I I actually, before I go deep into the politics, I would like to tell Mr. Dr. Law that it is not done that way. If you're going by the agreement of zoning started during Shagari and Alex Ekwemi. Shagari was to go for 8 years, and Alex Ekwemi was to go for another 8 years, for the next 8 years. They had an issue, and in 1998-99, there was an agreement, and of course, Alex Ekwemi was seen as a simple guy, and he didn't know how to play the politics, so Obasanjo took it on because the military guys were still around. That aside, if you are
sorry, Hassan, I think you unmuted
oh,
yourself.
sorry. Okay.
Yes.
If you're saying zone the ticket to the southeast, it is never done that way, Dr. Law. You know, and I know, and every other person here knows that you have to have a platform, and that platform has to be a party. Let me tell you something. If in 2015 the Igbos had given up Abga secretly on the down low, had given up Abga to Rochas or Korocha, telling him that, see, go, we will fight you outside, but on the ground, go and deliver this party to the APC. Tell them we have a stake, but we will not show it out until the day of elections. It could have been a fantastic collabo, and the Igbos could have been clamoring for presidency in 2023. And I would be glad to work for Daniel Elomba to become SGF, even if he's not president. That aside, Dr. Law, I think the problem with the Igbo are two things. One is lack of leadership. Two is lack of knowledge on how to play politics. And I'll tell you why. You people are too straightforward. You people do not know how to do treachery. You don't know how to backbite. It is not played that way. We evolve, the Northerners and the Southwesterners evolve in politics because we know how to backbite. We know how to betray. You must do this in the process of politics or in the process of elections before you become something in this country. So whether you like it or not, you cast your eggs in one basket. It is never done that way. You can never be president in this country being straightforward the way you people are. You take it like a business. See, growing up with Kano, my best friends from the south were the Igbo. In fact, I had neighbors that are Igbo, AG and IK. The mother will keep them in my house and they will travel to the east. They never went to the east. They were in my house. My mom will look over us the same way she looks over them. She will look over them the same way she looks. In fact, AG bought my mom her first car. What I'm saying in essence is, I am one person that have a lot of Igbo brothers that today, if they are contesting, I will fully campaign for them. But you don't learn. Your leaders are not leaders. Your leaders are too greedy. They build their businesses around them just as they do with politics. It is not done that way. Call Okorocha, call Emeka, call Ngige. When it's time to call somebody, they will call their in-laws or their daughters or their sons. Why? Politics is not played that way. Yes, of course, we love our children, we want to put them in, but you slot them in from the background. All of us from the north have children, and we want them, of course, to succeed us. But you don't do that. If we now come out to tell you that we are flagging up Okorocha from the southeast, it is the resistance will come from the southeast first. The southeast now will not vote for Rocha. I have done this test for a long time, and I understand. I've done it so many times, and this is the result. You have said it, Dr. Lowe, immediately I came in, that if you are given the chance, you go at least 60%. Ask 10 Igbo men, give me one person that can be president. The first person the Igbo man will call is himself. Whosoever that Igbo man is, with or without experience, he will say, give me the opportunity, me. It is not done. You must sacrifice. You must bring those people you think they are fraudulent. You must bring them up and make sure you get to the presidency. Why do you think Bala is governor of Bauchi State today? He is passing through, he has corruption trials in the courts, and he is governor of Kaduna, Bauchi State today. Why do you think? You think a lot of them that are presidents, that have made presidents from the north or southwest are clean guys? You think we think, or we know, or they deceived us being clean guys? We know they are not clean. But they are closest to the throne, and there must be a platform for them to be president. You guys must learn how to play politics. And how to play that politics is about treachery, it's about backbite, it's about betrayal. You must betray. You must come into the field. You must participate. There is no way you go straight forward the way you did in 2015, casting your eggs in PDP in one basket, and you tell me you ever. I'll give you an example of your neighbors, the South South. The South South today literally own the PDP, but half of the South South are APC. So whether PDP or APC in 2023, the South South are stakeholders. That is the way I want my Igbo brothers to play the politics. You can't just come the whole of the 5 states and tell me, see, you see those boys that are doing IPOP. If those boys have a platform of a party, I am telling you today that there is chaos in APC between the Southwest and the Northern Nigeria. I swear if those boys' energy and their numbers are in a political party like ABGA, a lot of the people from the North will go bringing them close to them because they have numbers, but they don't. They went and are now doing IPOP. Who will give you presidency with IPOP? Who will give you presidency with activism? You have to have a platform. You have to show us the strength that when we come out to vote, we vote in mass. And when it's time for participation, play the politics of treachery. You must backbite. You must betray your master.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I know you still have lost it. Thank you, Mr. Hassan, for being as forthright as I always know you to be, without playing diplomatics about the whole thing. Now you have made some salient points. Let's allow Dr. Mefor to respond to some of the issues you have raised. You are giving us your presentation. We are 2 people in this discussion.
Thank you, my brother. You see, I get him, and you know, his idea at least as requiring a treachery backbiting. Of course, that has been our experience. We've been saying that also. I think we haven't learned enough treachery. He's right to that extent also.
Learn.
However, I want to say something. You see, Nigeria politics. Talking about Nigeria as a country, how do we even, re-engineer our country? How do we retrieve our country from the precipice? Believe me, that the Igbo man can offer that symbolism of unity. It's very fundamental. That is one level of it. There is also an issue that I want to avert. That issue is they are not carrying all our eggs in one basket. That is not true. I don't think it is true. Igbos, Southeast particularly, remain the anchor of PDP, whether we like it or not. And I can assure you, you may see ABGA in Anambra, but ABGA is a PDP state. If you check the members they have in House of Reps and the Senate, you will have an idea of what I'm talking about. And of course, Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, they are all PDP states.
And that is casting your egg in one basket, Dr. Law.
If you go to Imo State, it's all PDP state. Until the 4th man became the 1st. It's still the kind of mathematics we are trying to understand, the Supreme Court of Nigeria. But wait, I'm coming to all because Nigeria is preponderance in PDP. We are made to come to, unless it's now ruling out, has the potential to return to power. They've won presidency at least 3 times before, so they can return to power. That's a fact.
So are you saying, okay, let me get your point correct. Yeah, let me put it this way. Mr. Hassan said that, sorry, okay, yes. Yes.
Let me explain to him what he is saying, what Dr. Law is saying. He is emphasizing on casting egg in one basket. He's not trying to convince me that the Igbos don't cast egg in one basket. For example, if ABGA in Anambra State is PDP, and and every other person from ABGA is PDP. It's casting your egg in one basket. It is only PDP we know the Igbos with. The Igbos doesn't have any party. Even the ABGA they have, instead of them to present it on like their own party, they have aligned it with PDP. There was AMPP in the north. Some part of the AMPP governors like SARS from Borno State, he was PDP. He was Obasanjo's boy. Jigawa State governor, then Ibrahim Sami Traki, was Obasanjo's boy, but he never gave up his party. At the end of the day, it was that AMPP that formed to the APC. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't put it in the party. The individual can go to the party. The governors of ABGA in the southeast can be friends with PDP. But make sure your party stays intact. Because one day that party will be called for merger. And when it was called for merger, let me tell you something. When it was called for merger, the whole of the southeast came out and said, no, we are PDP. We will go for Jonathan. All of them, apart from Rochas. And a few of them that couldn't even campaign. I knew I was in Anambra in 2015, a few days to the elections. I have seen only Ngige's billboard. I haven't seen where Ngige put his billboard with Buhari. Only his billboards around Anambra. And that is what I'm saying. Let me tell Dr. Lowe something. Do you know that the Igbos are supposed to be the owners of PDP by now? But unfortunately, they have given up to the South-South. The likes of Wike are the people controlling the PDP today.
All right. So, Mefor, come back, please.
Now.
Okay.
I know that we are on ground even in APC. Now, if you want to know to the issue of strategy that we have, right? The strategy is we have to work on men like Hassan. He is the kind of evangelist we need. We need to change his perception. The way he says the Igbo man in politics is not the way things are really. We need to continue this conversation until he begins to see things the way they are really. We are going all out to reach out to all critical power holders in Nigeria. We need to converse with them. We are already doing that. In March this year, 5th of March to be precise, we organized a national conversation in Sheraton, Abuja. And all the regional blocks were all represented. You know, Arewa Consultative Forum, PANDEV, you know, Afenifere, the South-South, and of course, Ohanese. They were all powerfully represented. And some national organizations also. We kickstarted a conversation to understand why the issue of reintegration has to be taken very seriously. We need to build a country. You don't have to build a country where a section is not about a political power, a political party issue. It's not political party. It's not. They will play a role because eventually it is the political parties that will offer their tickets to individuals who will fly the flags. That's true. But you and I know that from experience since 1999, critical power holders who are not visible members or officials of political parties have played very key roles in determining who would fly the flags. We are discussing with people like that. We are going to discuss also with the political parties. We are engaging politicians, nationalists, those who wish this country well, those who want Nigeria to remain one entity and not remaining an entity the way we are now. We need to have a country. What we have in the country at the moment is not a country, and we all know it. I also want to avert our attention to one important thing. It has to do with when you say that the Igbo man hasn't done this and he hasn't done that. There are things he has done. He has sacrificed. he has remained the boundary of the country. All well-meaning Nigerians will have to look at the sacrifice of the Igbo man and his capacity to deliver.
All right, so do you agree?
Why do you think the presidency was zoned to the Southwest in 1999? It was because of Abiodun's June 12. It was a political movement. It was due to a political movement. That is why I said if these boys with that energy as IPOB are in a political party, we would have no other option than to call the Igbos. But they don't have a political party. That's one. Secondly, I don't know why we think this way. Power is not served a la carte. They don't call you and give you power. Even us that are the young players in the political field, we know we must struggle. We know we must fight our elders before they retire. A lot of them are 70, 75, 80 years. They have finished enjoying their own time and they are now taking over our time. If we don't push them out with treachery by force, by threatening them, seeing that these boys' energy are too much, they can push us. In fact, they don't even see us as anything until we do that before they give us power. And that is what we're trying to do. I am not promising, and I'm not saying, I don't know, I am not God. I'm not saying 2023 would be for Igbos, but the Igbos should participate in the political party that is ruling the country. Go to 2023, give your total votes, at least if not total, 75% of your votes should go to the ruling party. Come in and let's start having the conversation. Nigeria that has not ruled Nigeria, it is not the Southeast. We had the Nnamdi Azikiwe. It is the Northeast that have never ruled Nigeria. But they are not complaining because when you say North, you take the North, West, Northeast, and North Central. These are three different zones in the North. But people don't tend to see it. Nobody from the Northeast has ever been president in this country. Nobody. But other zones have produced even more than one. I want us to understand this because if we don't know where the problem is, we would never solve the problem. The issues will always be that. The Igbo is one of the major tribes in this country. Don't reduce yourself to minority. Stop calling for that. Come in and participate. Let's struggle together. When the time of consensus comes, let there be an Igbo man that can come in. If I'm going to repeat myself again. If we now come into the Southeast, we have a lot of Igbo guys that are good, Igbo men that are good. We have the likes of Ken Namani. We can present him. He's a good man. Even if without capacity, he can come in and buy capacity. You appoint capacity and deliver. That is a smart thinking, a generational thinking. You don't have to have a capacity to become the president. Tell me how many presidents have we made that have the capacity? There are very few. The likes of Obasanjo are the ones that came in with that capacity. Though they had so much interest. He had an opportunity to institutionalize institutions, but he ended up individualizing them. It is not about capacity. It is about participation. It is when the consensus comes, whoever is there will be picked and put there. He will appoint capacity. We have good people from the Southeast that we can come in and tell them to and campaign for them. The likes of Foreign Affairs Minister, he's in the APC. He's a good guy. We have them a lot. But once you present them, the Southeast will not vote for them. And in democracy, in politics, we want to pick from a zone that we are sure that zone will give us 90% of their vote. That is why an individual is picked from a certain zone. Why? Because we're expecting, why do you think Buhari became the flag bearer in 2015? It was because we were sure of those 12 million votes. It is not because we like him. Of course, a few of us liked him. But the biggest players was not because they like him. They always sit and tell themselves the truth. there is nobody that has been consistent with 12 million votes like Buhari. So let's just forget about any other person. Let's use Buhari. Why? Because we want to uproot an incumbent. That is how it is done. When the time comes and you are a player in that field, you will be called. But saying a political party that were formed by other parts of the country without the Southeast participating will now come in and call somebody from the Southeast to make president, it will never happen. Let's not deceive ourselves, it will never happen. Learn how to play this politics. Come in and participate. Forget about those people you think that are Igbos that are in the APC. They are not good people, they are not good leaders. Come in mass. Participate in the political party that is the ruling class today. Give it a lot of strength, time, and energy. Give it votes in 2023. When they see like 5 million votes come from the Southeast, 5 million votes come from the Southeast on the APC, I swear nobody needs to tell anybody to call the Southeast. They will form a block in the APC.
All right, so
if you have played and positioned yourself well in the APC, I swear by today the Northerners will be calling for the Southeast because they have issues with the Southwest. The people that formed APC are now having issues together. I am from the APC, but I'm telling you the truth. The Yorubas are angry. Why? Because the Hausas are using their pattern of 3-3 to push them out and see how they can put another Northerner in 2023. That is the perception. But they know it is impossible because we will not allow it. No, because what have they done with the 8 years we have now? We will not allow it. It is the turn of a Southwesterner, a Yoruba man, because they fully participated in the making of APC and the making of this government. In 2015 and 2019, no Yoruba man went to primary elections as against Buhari. All of them supported him, gave him all the support. And today, because we are going to 2023, somebody from the north, a governor, a sitting governor or a leader from the north will tell us in the APC to support a northerner as against a Southwesterner. It will never happen. I'll be the first person to be in front of the street. I'm telling you, it won't happen. That is the kind of participation I want the Igbos to give. When the Igbos give this kind of participation the Yorubas have given us, we will stand for them. Just as we are going to stand for the Yorubas in 2023. Nobody from the north can convince us not to have them.
So,
Hassan,
what's your response to? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, listen, Hassan keeps missing the point and mixing up issues completely. And first, he says Northeast has not ruled the country. The first and only prime minister Nigeria has produced was Tafawa Balewa. It's from Bauchi. Bauchi is Northeast. That aside, Zik was never the executive president of Nigeria. He was ceremonial. That's a fact also. So it would be wrong to say that Zik has ruled. The only Igbo man that has ruled the country in executive capacity was Agui Ironsi, who was head of state for 6 months before his assassination. That is also not the issue here now. Hassan is talking about the prospects of the Southwest APC producing the presidential flag bearer for the APC in 2023. That is also his opinion. He's also saying that this will not happen, that will not happen. It's not a decision for just one person. It's not, he may not know, but they can find out that the making of Buhari as the president of Nigeria went beyond APC as a political party. That's a fact. I don't want to talk more than that. And we also believe that the Southeast can fly the APC flag. Why do I say so? We have enough men and women who have abiding interest in APC. Someone like Ubonyono has never left the APP until he became the legacy party. There are others who have been core members. He mentioned Kenan Namani. These are core members of the APC. He's talking about votes. Buhari brought 12 million votes in 2015. Yes, I agree with you. Do you think which Northerner will bring that 2 million votes to APC in 2023? I challenge Hassan to mention one Northerner that will be able to bring the same 12 million votes in advance as Buhari did in 2015 and in 2019.
Dr. Law, that was an example. Yes. That was an example I was giving you.
No, wait, Hassan, please.
I said the reason why we called him Buhari because he has 12 million votes.
No, I gave you an ample time. I gave you an ample time to exhaust yourself. Allow me to articulate and present my own position as well. It's very important. I am telling you, put it on record today, that the decision of who will fly the APC flag will go beyond the APC as a political party. And that there is every possibility that he could be an Igbo man. Don't rule it out. Do not be shocked if he becomes an Igbo man. And let me also assure you that when he becomes an Igbo man, we will not deliver 5 million votes. That will be too paltry. That will be too small. I assure you, much more. You know why I say so? Once we decide to do anything politically, you said that the Southeast carry all their eggs in one basket. If we decide to make APC our basket, you can be sure that that basket will not be enough to carry what will bring it to it. That's a fact. It's a fact. Take it to the bank and it will cash. Another issue you need to also understand is this. You see, you do not have political party system in Nigeria in the strict sense of the word. You don't. If you remove Buhari as a factor from APC, what do you think will be left? This is a fact. Buhari is more than 50% of what APC stands for. And he's not the one standing election in 2023 because he will be constitutionally bad. There will be a greater level playing ground in 2023. Like I said, and you would prefer to have somebody from South position you have taken and you have given, that is fine. But that the flag bearers of PDP and APC will be decided more by forces that are outside, far be removed from these two political parties. I'll give you an example. When Atiku became the flag bearer of PDP in Port Harcourt in 2019, he was not on the card until 2 nights to the primaries. What happened? Go find out. I don't want to talk about what happened, but Atiku became. There are forces beyond PDP that made Atiku. Are you not saying those forces have gone fossil? They haven't. They are still active and alive. Now, back to my argument. You need the Igbo man to help in healing the land. That's the truth. Since you do not have political party system in the strict sense of the word, let us talk about Nigeria as a country and leave out the political parties we have today that don't amount to one. Whether we like it or not, you know, Dan talked about 30 political parties. You and I know that the president of Nigeria in 2023 will be coming through APC or PDP. All the other 28 political parties are nothing as far as I am concerned. And we are not engaging them at all. We don't want to waste our time and resources trying to convince them to field an Igbo candidate. No, we don't want to waste our time on that. We are working on PDP and APC. They will have to see reason. Time will come. Look, let me tell you, Afenifere is solidly behind this national conversation. You see, Alwan Hassan, go and find out from Afenifere what they think about Nigerian president of Igbo extraction come 2023. What they will tell you will surprise you. we believe that we'll get very solid support from the Southwest. We believe that we'll get very solid support from the North Central. We believe we'll get very solid support from South-South. Of course, you can be sure. You were saying that you're not sure that if you field an Igbo presidential candidate in NIPSEE, you will not be sure of votes. Look, let me tell you, if you don't get 5 million votes, if you dare to field an Igbo man in 2023, I will go into exile.
Don't be Jonathan.
I want you to note today, I'll go into exile because I'm sure of our people. We vote en masse. If we say that we are following this candidate, that's the candidate we follow. And we are certain, you see, his fear is that if PDP fields an Igbo and APC fields an Igbo, that is still not a problem. We have a book that we have written, the fundamental principles and objectives of this equity and unity project. I will avail Hassan, Alwan Hassan, copies for himself and his friends. He should pay attention to the preface, pay attention to chapter 5, which talks about the criteria. If you pick an Igbo man that is competent and has integrity, my brother, if the PDP doesn't do the same, you can be certain that that is the person the Igbo man will follow. If both failed, an Igbo man, this fails an Igbo man or Igbo woman with integrity and competence, and the APC does the same, they can be equally balanced. We will make our choice. And let me also tell my good friend Alwan, you know, I know him by reputation, but it's good we are meeting today. We will continue our conversation from here. Look, Hassan, you need to understand that, look, whether we like it or not, the Southeast is not in a position to decide for the rest of the country who will become the president. We are not forcing anybody, we are appealing. What that means is that you will still be in a position to decide which Igbo man to vote for in 2023. That's the truth. Regardless of your vested interest in the Southwest APC presidential flag bearer. I don't begrudge you about that. Fine. I don't have a candidate. I'm not a politician. All I want is for us to heal the land. All I want is for us to end the civil war. All I want is for us to reintegrate the Igbo man into the scheme of things. He cannot reintegrate himself. And when this is the last point, even if this is the only point I make, please take this away. The variegated military administrations we've had in the country created local governments and states. Ironsi ruled for 6 months, did not create any state. Obasanjo didn't create any state. All the other states, and they created more states and local governments in the last. The constitutional provision for determining who becomes the president of Nigeria, there are two clauses. One is that you have to win 24 states. Only the Southeast is the only region in Nigeria that has five states. The rest, in fact, Northwest is even 8. Some are 7, Southeast is 5. And if you come to local governments, the deficit is nearly 100 in terms of deficit in local governments. When you check the differential between the local governments in the Southeast to even the next list, which is maybe not Northeast.
Okay.
Finally, then just 1 minute.
Okay.
Let me drop it here.
Round up, please.
Just the last line. What I am trying to make is this: that the need to rebalance power in Nigeria is taken from the fact that you have inherent imbalances that have not allowed each vote to determine justice in terms of elections in Nigeria. That's the point. So you need to do other things. You need to rebalance. Rebalancing here means that you need to understand that state creation, local government creation have placed the Southeast in a peculiar, precarious disadvantage. How else do you address that without the other regions coming to terms with the fact that it cannot be left to voting alone? That's the point I'm making. So when Hassan is dwelling essentially on the number of votes, I get worried. Nigerian presidential elections are never decided. Who becomes the president of Nigeria has never been decided by the votes, because it starts with who bears the flag. That's the truth. If Obasanjo didn't get the flag of the PDP, he couldn't have become the president. If Yar'Adua didn't get the flag of the PDP through the push of Obasanjo, who was insisting on zoning, he wouldn't have become. Jonathan also couldn't have become the president of Nigeria in 2011. All these things were negotiated based on the inherent imbalances that the country has suffered, which have continued to account for underdevelopment.
The first question from Mazi Ezoke. Mazi, please, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, Mefor. I think your time is up now. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Ezoke. Thank you.
Yeah. So Alwan, thank you very much. I think when you spoke and you spoke from the heart, I really appreciate that. But let me make some, put something straight here. Part of it, Dr. Mefor has done, but I want to put it on record that is incorrect, that the Southeast has the Southeast are the only people that put all their eggs in one basket. Now, this is a region that has 5 states, and the only region in Nigeria that has 3 political parties controlling states. Go check it out. This is a fact. Now, and that cannot be a people that put all their egg in one basket. There is one thing we are missing out. I think we are missing out the Buhari factor. The Buhari factor in the sense that Buhari, I'll put it this way. What we have in the Southeast is not that the Southeast voted against the APC. The Southeast voted against Buhari. That we can go back and argue. However, one point here is, if we want unity, if we want progress, I appreciate the fact when you mentioned IPOB and the things, but if we have to do something, that means we need to look at national unity. What is being requested, your proposition to the Southeasterners to go learn backstabbing, to go learn, treachery. There are things you don't learn in your old age. And again, the Southeast, which again, to some people might see that as a weakness, but in politics, if you go to the United States of America, you have what they call the red states. You have what they call the blue states. It's tradition. Now, if you go to, in the United Kingdom, you have conservative states. You have the Labour states, or rather counties. Then you have where they call the battleground. Now, the Southeast, granted, is predominantly PDP. But that doesn't mean that you don't have APCs in the Southeast. I mean, if not, we'll be discounting what you rightly said, Nnamani. You have Ogbunnayon, you have even Okorocha that, joined against all odds. You saw when he broke away with Ani Okonkwo and all the rest. I think, at the end of the day, the greater thing that should worry us in 2023 is the unity of the nation. Do we really want to be united as a nation? If really we want. Now, the threat you mentioned, it can actually, because the only way you can suppress the threat that you mentioned is by giving them a fair share of the, we're not saying, no one actually says you're going to give it a la carte. No, these are people, they will buy their form. They are already in a political party. All they are saying is, give us the opportunity in order to heal the wound of the 1967 to 1970 Civil War and to be part of this. Lord Mefor has already said about the 3 R's, but one is something that is yet to be addressed. And I strongly believe that if Nigeria is being genuine to himself, then they have to look at that, the last R that is remaining in 2023. Thank you very much.
All right, we thank you very much. Let's allow our 2 guests, in the absence of any other question, let's allow our let's allow our two guests to address the issues raised so far in the discussion and then give us their final comments. So let's start from Alwan now. Hassan.
Correct something Dr. Lowe said about Buhari and 12 million votes. I never said anybody can produce 12 million votes in the north, south, or anywhere. What I was saying was the reason why Buhari was supported by the Southwest and everybody in the party, in the political party, 8 million votes. I didn't say any other person will produce those 12 million votes. That is that. Mazi, my brother, I understand your passion. I love and understand the courage and passion you have for the country to stay united. I like that. I like that. And everybody that loves his children and loves this country will always want Nigeria to be a united Nigeria. But the unfortunate thing we keep on seeing, and looks like you're trying to jump it on, is there must be a political party participation. You must be involved, Mazi. You must be involved in the decision making of a party, especially the ruling party, before you are given an opportunity. And that is what I want the Igbos to start doing. Unfortunately, the few Igbos that are in the political party are just waking up from slumber. They never did anything. If Rochas comes out to contest election today, it is the people from Imo State that will first come out to tell you he's a criminal. Nobody is saying Northerners are not criminals. Yes, we know they are criminals.
Well, but when the Yorubas never voted Obasanjo anyway.
Of course, I knew the Igbos and the North voted for Obasanjo. Always partner with a zone, either the Southeast or the Southwest, and produce a president. That is how it is done. You have to have 24 states, 25% in 24 states before becoming the president of this country. Buhari has had 12 million votes since 2003. He was never president until he tagged with a particular zone. So nobody is saying anything. Yes, before even the Igbos supporting Obasanjo, we have been having alliance between the North and the Southeast. And it was a fantastic alliance. In fact, the one with Shagari and Alex Okweme, there was an agreement that after the 8 years of Shagari, Alex Okweme would do 8 years, which was tumbled by the military. And when we came, I was on the 30th of August, 1998. I was in ICC when PDP was born. I was a young man from the university, but I was in ICC. It rained that day. They came out clearly to tell him, yes, Alex Okweme, we know that it is your turn if we're going to follow the political history. But we need to heal some wounds. There was a massive vote for Abiola, and that is the crisis the country is in, which is a political movement. So we're looking for, and mind you, this is because of an interest, the military interest. They wanted their own. So they now came up with this idea of and the Southwest were fully involved in that movement because a lot of groups came in and came out with the name. Some came with political party. It was then agreed that Obasanjo will fly the flag and not Alex Okweme. There was a deliberation on Alex Okweme. There was really because he was supposed to be next after Shagari. And if we're going to follow the agreement, the gentleman's agreement, Alex Okweme could have been president in 1999. But for political interest, a vested interest of a few military men, because the country was still under the military. They wanted Obasanjo, an ex-military guy. And that was what happened. So after that, what I want us to understand is, Mazi, register and let's play this game. I was never supposed to be a politician. I am in this game because I know if I don't join, I'm going to be left behind. I will just fold my arms and see mediocres ruling my country. And that is why I'm playing the game. It is not like it is my game, no. It is a process of bad people. but you must play bad to belong and take over your country. I'm not a bad person, but I can play bad. I'll give you. I don't want to say this in public, but I will tell Dan later after this. So Mazi, I can tell you over the phone. I wanted to tell you how politics is played and how I did a few months ago, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it public for now. I'll say it later. So whether we like it or not, I was raised by a very decent family, a very straightforward parent, and I became to learn that I must learn to talk with the both sides of my mouth before I become a politician. So it is actually artificial to me. And everybody has to accept this, especially my brothers from the Igbo land. You must accept this. You are just too straightforward. When you have trust and when you have support for one, you come out plainly to fight opposition. You don't do that. Speak to opposition on the ground. Tell that person I'm supporting you. In 2019, the Southwest divided their vote. The Southwest that you're seeing that today, one of the biggest blocks in the APC, divided their votes. Go and check the results. That is how politics is played. Atiku got more than 6 million votes from the North. That is how politics. How many votes did we get from the Southeast? Of course, we got 25% in Abia, and thanks to my brother, Oju Zokalu, who I know a few of us here are not friends with, but he's my brother. You know, we got 25% from Abia State. We got 25% from Ibonyi, I think. So we got like 3 states, 25%. Buhari got 25% from 3 states, which is impressive as a development on what happened in 2015. And that is the way I want us to continue. Come out, give that massive vote Dr. Law is saying, come out in 2023, give it to the political party that is in the ruling class. Come in, let's decide who becomes the flag bearer. Start the talks. We are here doing Zoom. We are here doing Zoom. They are there talking about who becomes the chairman of APC. And that will determine where the vice president will come from. Already the Northwest are trying to push in the Northeast to collect party chairman so that they will present a vice president. These are things I'm not supposed to be saying outside, but I just want you to learn. These 2 parties came together, these 2 zones, Northwest and Northeast, came together to push Adam Oshomole out. See, the same people that brought Oshomole to be party chairman are the same people that took him out. That is how it is played, my brother. That's how it is. When you have an interest, campaign for it. Once the interest is gone and that person is getting out of hands, get him out and get somebody else. The same people that brought in Oshomole took him out. There is chaos in the party. The Northeast and the Northwest at it today, they want to push out the Northeast. The Northwest trying to push out the Northeast, giving them the party to be chairman. Then when it comes to convention for presidency, they can't have VP and have a party chairman at the same time. The Northwest will carry the vice president of the Federal Republic in 2023. That is the game they want to play. Come in, let's play it together. The Igbos should come in and let's participate. Of course, I'm happy. I've met Ken Namani, Chief Ken Namani last week. We spoke for almost 3 hours. He's a good man. I've seen him in so many places where the elders of the party and elders of the country today are, the Northerners. You know, your people are too close to the North to give it up. Forget anger. That anger developed from a statement one person made. Who is Buhari? Buhari is not supposed to be anybody that should divide us. I campaigned and voted for Buhari thinking he is elderly enough to straighten the hands of peace to everybody in this country. But it's unfortunate that he couldn't do that. Stop having pains. Stop having that anger in your mind because of one person's statement. We voted for him. We put him there. We were the ones that put him there. Come and let's participate. You make presidents. You make better position. I'll give you an example. It's because people don't want to talk about it. Mefor is an Igbo man. He's going to be CBN governor 2 times. Nobody has ever done that in the history. Kachuku is an Igbo man. Kachuku was GMD and Minister of Petroleum at the same time. No one has ever been. When you now start talking about all these things, there are opportunities. There are times opportunities are given to Southeasterners and Igbos anywhere in the country. It is because they have participated. Mefor knows how to play his card. The Suki was behind bars, but Mefor was still CBN governor. Funny enough, it was Mefor that was transferring the money to the Suki. But he is still governor of CBN. And the Suki just came out a few months ago from prison. Don't we just sit down and think of all these things? Why?
Brother,
because Mefor knows.
We thank you, my brother.
These are the ways I want our people to learn. People should come and participate.
Let's allow Musa, please. Can you unmute yourself and tell us what you have to say? Abdul Muminu Musa, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Go ahead.
Hello. Yes. You see this issue as we are discussing. What I would like to say is,
go ahead.
Yes, I said the Igbo failed to understand something here. It's the issue of participation, as Mr. Hassan said. When the people will come in mass, they will participate. This issue of politics is the issue of calculation, as he said honestly. So the issue of IPOP or whatever, if their people now start to participate or they think they will contest for a presidency, it's from their side they will get an opposition. So we from the north, nobody would allow that, because people from the north are talking with one voice. And when they put an Igbo man in the position now, the people will not support him, and at the tail end they will begin to say that because he's in the opposition party, the Igbo man is not this thing. Sorry, the Igbo man is not from the PDP or whatever, so they will not support him. That's one of their understanding. Once you are from PDP, you see them in mass supporting you, whatever you are in need, they will give you. So as was Mr. Mefor was saying, he said they are putting their eggs in one bag. That's not the reality. I didn't see that honestly to me.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Please, let's.
Can I give my concluding remarks now?
Yes, please, if your network will allow you.
Can I go on now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Abdul Muminu, I heard you. I also understand you. You spoke in the same vein and manner as Alwan Hassan. Please, the Southeast is playing the politics the way he understands it. What Ezoke said is very important. We do not have problem with, he said they were destitute or something like that. It caused a lot of problem in the place, but that is not important now. The problem is that the Igbos have never been comfortable with Buhari as a person. He hasn't carried them along. He has not been able to inspire confidence from that side. It has nothing to do with the North. The Igbos supported Yaradua. They did. The Igbos, during the time of presidency, supported Tafa Balewa to be prime minister and supported him to the end. The Igbos supported Obasanjo even when his people rejected him. Igbos made sure that Obasanjo became president. And he had probably when we say that so can I say the last word now?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to say, see, Alwan Hassan, please, I am counting on you for your support for the
We thank you very much, our guests tonight. We thank you, Alwan Hassan, for creating our time to join us today. Dr. Mefor, we thank you very much. It's been a battle against the network, of where you are. That has made it difficult, challenging to present your thoughts in a very, very, very straightforward manner. We look forward to having you again some other time, hopefully where the network will be more friendly to you. We thank you, Mazi Ezoke, and all other guests who have been with us tonight. Abdul Mumini, thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you all, and this is Elomba Television saying thank you and good evening.